Hello, my sixth graders. How are you today? Giving you a break from digits today to kind of get you into the new digits lesson, which will be on multiplication and division with variables. So I want to show you today the multiplication part. And then tomorrow I'm going to ask you to do the division part. So today's lesson won't be too crazy, terribly long because I don't want to overwhelm you with it. And I just want you to learn from it. So what we are going to do is we are going to go over part one here, which is this sheet. And then you are going to independently do this sheet. And you will find these attached on a PDF file with a Google Doc for you to put your answers. So inverse means opposite. So when you see that word inverse, you're thinking of doing the opposite. And you're doing the opposite of what? You're doing the opposite of the thing that it says here. And that word is multiplication. So you guys remember, and you were great in class this year telling me that a number attached to a variable means multiply. You know that you're multiplying when that happens. So what we're trying to do is find the answer to what is m. M equals something, but what does m equal? M equals what? That's what we're going to find out. And we're going to get rid of this question mark soon because we're going to know what the answer is after I show you what to do. So very simply, 6m equals 36. So 6 times what number equals 36? So to figure it out, we do the inverse or the opposite of multiplication. And what's the opposite of multiplication? You said division, and you're correct. So very simply, we divide this side by 6, and we divide this side by 6. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So watch what happens here. These two 6s, I like to say they cancel each other out. So we're going to kind of ignore them and say, you're gone because 6 divided by 6 is the same as 1. And then what didn't we use? The m. So we bring it down. 1m equals what? And remember, this is division. So 36 divided by 6 equals what? I hope you said 6, because you would be correct. So here's where we are. Just to review our steps, we divide it by 6 because 6 was attached to the m. 6 divided by 6 and 36 divided by 6. What we do to one side, we do to the other. And that 6 and that 6 cancel each other out because really they become a 1 because 6 divided by 6 is 1. So 1m equals 6. And we don't need this 1 in front of it, so we can go and throw it away. Or we can just go, hey, 1m is m. And we know that we can get rid of that question mark now because we now know that m equals 6. Now, if we wanted to prove that that was correct, and we look at the original equation, 6m equals 36. 6 times what equals 36? Does 6 times 6 equal 36? Yes, it does. So there we go. Hopefully that made sense. If not, you're going to see 3 more problems that will help you to understand. So I hope. But any questions you have, post them in Google Classroom, or if you catch me on Google Hangouts, you can ask me that too. But let's go to this next one. So 12n equals 84. So 12 times what number equals 84? To figure it out, we do the inverse of multiplication, which is what? Division is correct. So we're going to divide because I want to know what this n equals. So n is going to equal something. N equals what? So here, to figure it out, I want to get rid of that 12 because I want to know what n equals, not 12n. So I'm going to get rid of the 12 by dividing. So divide one side, divide the other side. And just like over here, how the 6 and the 6 canceled, the 12 and the 12 are going to cancel. So I'm going to borrow this and go, hey, come over here. 12 divided by 12 cancels, and that becomes a 1. So it's like 1n equals What's 84 divided by 12? You said 7, you smart students. Very good. 1n equals 7. And again, we don't need the 1 in front of it because 1n is the same as n because that's just 1n. So n equals 7. And if we wanted to prove it to ourselves, we can just go, okay, is 12 times 7 equal to 84? 12 times 7, does that equal 84? Bong, 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 bong. Yes, it does. 12 times 7 does equal 84. So there you go. That's how we solve that one. Again, you guys are smart, so you're going to catch on pretty easily with this. So now I go down here. 10p equals 120. 10 times what number equals 120? So again, to figure that out, since this says multiplication, I'm going to do the inverse or opposite of multiplication, which is division. So I'm going to take both of these sides and I'm going to divide by what? You said 10. And you were correct. Divide both sides by 10. Okay, and what happens to these 10s? Did you say they cancel out? Man, you're smart. Very good. All right, so when those 10s cancel out, I'm just left with the p. I'm not even going to put that 1p again because you know that that 1 just goes pew and disappears. Equals 120 divided by 10. Was 120 divided by 10? 12. Yeehaw! That's awesome. All right, so p equals 12. And if I wanted to prove it to myself, I just say to myself, 10 times what equals 120? Does 10 times 12 equal 120? Bong, bong, bong. Yes, it does. 10 times 12 does equal 120. All right, cool, cool, cool to the beans. So last example before you work on your independent work today. 13r equals 39. 13 times what number equals 39? All right, and we're going to do the opposite of multiply. We're going to divide by this 13 because it's attached to the r. Divide by 13, divide by 13. All right, so what happens to these 13s? You said they cancel out. Man, you're smart. They cancel out. So r equals, what's 39 divided by 13? Did you say 3? You are correct. So r equals 3. And again, if I want to prove it to myself, 13 times 3, does that equal 39? Bong, bong, bong. Yes, it does. 13 times 3 equals 39. So you can keep going back to this screencast to help you figure it out. What you're going to do today is this worksheet. It's just 4 problems. 7m equals 49, 10n equals 80, 13p equals 39, and 11r equals 99. So that is all that you're going to do for today, just that sheet. You will find that attached to the PDF with a Google Doc for you to type your final answers. Or some of you like to write right on the PDF, not a problem. You can do that too. So with that being said, I wish you luck with this. And I don't wish you luck because I don't think you can do it. I wish you luck because you're awesome. And I just like to wish you luck. So have fun with that. And tomorrow we'll be looking at doing the inverse of division problems. So I'll show you that tomorrow. But don't want to overwhelm you. Just one concept at a time is good. So with that being said, I am going to stop this screencastify, and then I'm going to ask you to get to work on your assignment for today.